Right, so I'm Kerry and I work at Reays Coaches and I'm Head of Sales and Marketing. I think for me, I'd recently started a new role at Reays, having moved on from my previous employer. I'd read the email from the chamber where it pitched what it was doing, what it was targeting, and for me, the 6 month was interesting. I liked the way that it was span over a period of time and that the learning was ongoing, and then equally I just thought it would brush up and give me a fresh perspective within a new business, an opportunity to refresh existing skills and hopefully learn new ones. A lot of it was about positioning where Chris wanted things to be as opposed to where I wanted it to be, and quite early on in my journey at Reays, having just started there, it was not the most comfortable conversations to have initially. I think it was just about the learning, definitely with regards to the Chris aspect and speaking to the directors. There was the structure there, so that was great to be able to go back with the folder and just adapt that structure. And I really sold it to them that initially they didn't want to give me their time to do it and they were a little bit woolly in their answers, but I just drilled down and said that the only way for me to get the maximum benefit from this course was to understand where they wanted to see things go. And I think that was so important from the outset because they hadn't even thought about that, so it gave us some clarity right from the outset about where we're going, and it's allowed me to challenge right throughout the course now when I'm learning new things, or even just in day-to-day working with Chris. If I see something that I'm not always in full agreement with, I'll challenge it back to that very initial conversation, but this is where you want to go. Because of the course, it's gave me the framework to just keep going back to that folder to refresh, understand. I know what we need to do, it's finding the time to do it, but it's also allowing me to go back and do the sell in terms of we need the additional resources, but to do that, and then we're going to achieve X, X and X. And I feel like the folder itself is just something always to reference back to give you the tools that you can say, well, if I've got those resources, I can do X, X and X, and we need to be channeling our energies in digital and social and just getting out all the basics right, because it's a business that's grown really quickly, as you know, and we need to take a few steps back to get everything right to then move forward successfully. I think it doesn't matter necessarily what level you're at in, because there's aspects for everyone in there. I know a lot of the information I go back and then I delegate it down and give mini projects out to see little areas move forward. It's been vital to me just since I started my career out digital. Areas like that weren't as prominent as they are now, video and other areas, and just, you know, sharing that learning, understanding where we need to go, what we need to develop. And one of the biggest areas and one of the things that I've been really pleased with is the interaction with the group, and I genuinely think that after today a lot of us will stay in contact and pick up the phone and bounce ideas off each other, and it's gave you that peer group outside of the office, which often is the best thing that you need in terms of getting an external opinion. I think anyone at all, I know I've said to you before, in a sales and marketing environment should do this course without a shadow of a doubt, and it's certainly something I want Mia to come on, who works for me in the future.